Welcome to Plop Life.
Yes, we are, honey.
Episode 13.
Episode 13.
Oh,
Welcome. People like,
yes.
I know people like, where the hell is it at on Facebook and Instagram? But it's coming.
Right, we're getting it together.
I was late as fuck.
But that's okay.
Since we talking about cussing
today.
Because
you was getting your dice cheeky on. And
is that what I was
head
doing?
wrap. It's beautiful though.
You like it?
We love it. You look amazing.
Do I look amazing? That sounded
so it was worth the wait.
Was it the worth
It's
the wait?
wait, what? What you trying to say?
It sounded a little bit shaky. Welcome to another episode of PLOPP Life. That's Plop people
I was
of
giving
other
you
people's
shade.
problems. Yes, honey. They told me, Ricky Bell told me never trust a big butt and a smile. So.
Oh, thank you for thinking that I have one.
Yeah, and a smile.
And
you
plop
missed
means plop.
You missed it.
Plop
means people love other people's problems.
We do.
And I'm having a problem right now.
What's the problem?
I'm trying to get connected. I'm late. Y'all love that or nah? I ain't got no headphones on.
Well, while she's trying to get connected,
please do that.
We want you guys to make sure that whenever we're on, that you are watching us on YouTube. I think you can see us on YouTube, right?
You can see us on YouTube and Instagram, huh?
Right, on Instagram. You can also see us on Facebook. You can, there we go.
Hi.
You can also listen to us
Welcome
on
to
iTunes and Spreaker and Spotify. If you would like to speak with us tonight, you can give us a call at 310-910-9676, extension number 1. You know, I love that Jay Dilla track. Thank you.
The who?
Yeah, I hear that.
What you hear?
All the time. Jay Dilla.
Who's that?
You.
Where at?
Wow.
Where
the
he at?
track that's in our ear, the instrumental.
But I don't have an ear.
But even with me saying the name Jay Dilla, but okay.
Okay.
So
Jay Dilla.
We do have a wonderful guest here
tonight.
Wait
a minute.
What?
What's our names?
Our name? Well, I was going to introduce her first.
Okay, well, okay.
They know our loudmouth selves.
Introduce yourself. What?
Look,
introduce yourself.
Tonight we have a very, very feisty guest with us tonight.
Ooh, feisty.
Yes.
Come here. I always get a nice name.
Yes. Because
what else have you been called?
Right.
What do you call me?
What does A+ call you? What is
well,
A+? What do you call? Can you say it?
Right. Crystal is going to be speaking with us this evening.
Yes.
About her store, Naughty Dreams, and she has a lot of things.
Dreams.
Going on with us tonight. And I am Sacha Granger this evening, and to the left of me we have the wonderful, giving us Wakanda vibes.
For fucking ever.
Yes, Deshon Gray.
No purpose for no fucking reason.
Our other wonderful hostess.
Hi, Facebook.
Oh, we both in red. You doing I feel bad though.
Why?
I'm gonna put some on my head.
You got some on your head. It's called hair.
Well, if you
this is what bald head bitches run late. Gotta put it on their head.
But I love it though.
You like it?
I love it.
But your earrings match.
They do. We need to switch earrings.
We always bling a little bit.
Her hair wrap your earrings.
Yeah, stay with
right,
me.
Okay, queen. So, and tonight, guys, we want to have a little fun. We have some topics, of course, that we're going to be discussing that we always want to enlighten you about. Which are we're going to talk a little bit about
in our flip and rotate.
In the flip and rotate, Dionne Warwick. We're also going to talk about the horrific crime that happened in Japan on Tuesday with the children who were attacked. We also want to talk about the NYC texting while walking bill. That is going to be interesting because we know that we always seem to be distracted with our phones.
Like me right now?
Kind of, but I know you're going to get it together.
I'm trying to set
But, you know, texting has become such a huge distraction that there have been a lot of laws that are being implemented because we're not paying attention and we're causing a lot of accidents, whether it is on the road or we're there. I'm not though.
Yeah, because you're leaning in.
I know, because I always have to lean in.
Because she's a newscaster.
I always have to
I'm
lean
just a bitch
in.
that talk shit. She's giving you very much Diane Sawyer.
And we're also going to talk about the Missouri abortion clinic issue that they're having. So
That's in the
are,
plop and rotate?
Yeah, that's in
the flip and rotate?
Right, the flip.
Come on, Flip.
Flop, flop.
I got a headphone on. The cameras is up.
You got it?
I'm with you.
Are you sure?
Hi.
Hi. You look amazing,
Hola.
by the way.
Do I?
You do.
I just
For real.
put this together.
Don't she does.
Was that a read
Match?
or-
No, Match was beautiful.
Okay.
Are you serious?
There's one scene where
Well, I like looking like
Can
rich
we have
women.
that? Right.
Hi, A+. How you doing, A+? Say hi to the people, A+ to the friends. Everybody who is listening, we call them friends.
Right.
Oh, I thought you
Really?
were about to give me sexy Billy D, all that goodness. He was like,
I'm flabbergasted right now.
Why? About?
Just the stuff that I see right in front of me.
Oh,
What you see in front
it's
of
a
you?
lot.
It's a lot.
Let me move
what do
that.
you see in front of us?
I just see a lot.
It's a lot going
A lot
trying to-
down
I'm
here,
trying
a lot
to-
up here.
Both.
I think right. I
Both.
think it's
I'm trying to focus right
triples
now.
and quadruples.
But
in the
I'm
building.
thankful to be here, and I'm excited for tonight's show.
Yes. Can we say it? And that was A+ in the building. Our
We love
resident,
him.
right?
We love
Our
A+.
resident engineer
He
and
keeps us
DJ.
safe.
He does. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Electrically sound.
Could
Which
we
is very
also could
Very
we also go
important.
to the
Some
the
random
sponsor for a
shit?
second? Oh,
Oh,
you want to do random, or would
Well,
you like
it's
to
the
do the
top of
sponsor?
we could do whatever you want to do because I'm late. So I'm following suit.
Okay, well,
But
let's go.
I'm always on time.
Well, let's go with our random.
Okay.
Some random.
You got some random shit you want to say?
You can say anything.
Any fucking thing.
Anything.
Just
that comes
something random.
Off the cuff.
Don't matter.
Something that's bothering
Nothing to do
you.
with what we're talking about.
Right. Just random.
Something that you want to talk about, a PSA perhaps, or
Hey.
something that bothers you.
So,
In this mic.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Get up in there. Get up in there.
listen.
Get up in there. Right there. Right there.
Come on, Crystal.
Come on. To the tip.
So my issue
Uh-huh.
is TSA decided that I was going to go through X-ray and then tell me that
Is it because of those nails? Because those nails
No,
are beat, honey.
it wasn't
I love
the
her
nails.
nails.
It was
Please
the
show people
pussy.
your nails.
It was the what?
it was the pussy.
What happened?
They
They
stopped
could
me
see it.
Right.
on the screen and was like, "You got 2 red spots." She was like, "Your genitalia area and your hair." And I was like, "What's wrong with my pussy?" And she was like, "I'm gonna have to pat you down." What you mean? And she was like, "We can do it here, or I can give you a room."
What?
Mind you, you're right. And I'm like, I got cocaine. What am I doing? What boyfriend them stuck something up
They
me?
pat the pussies in TSA. Go
I
ahead.
cannot. Go ahead. Okay.
Is it not grab them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
40,
So I'm like,
45.
okay, fuck it. Oh, sorry. My favorite
What are
word.
you sorry for?
Right.
I know
We
We're
love it.
unedited,
Girl, it's internet
unscripted,
radio.
right? Uncut.
How many cuss words you heard me say since you've been sitting here? Am I a bad host?
She's the cut. She's the cut.
So what do red spots mean? Is that like,
It's
what is
like-
red?
So in my hair, it was the pins, the bobby pins.
Oh, that's, wait a minute, that signifies something's going on to them?
Yeah.
In there? Okay, I never.
But wait, you had what?
A tampon in my vagina,
And it went off?
and it went off.
Wow.
And she was like, "Pat you down," and
Wow.
I'm like, "Go ahead." She was like, "You don't want a room for what?" I got on a Nike sweat dress
I
Uh-huh.
have
and a
million
sports bra,
questions
and was
just
like,
on
"Yep,
that
you
alone.
want me to take my clothes off?" I was like, "I'll take my clothes off now and strip in the goddamn airport,
In the line.
in the line, like
in front of
come
all
on.
the people in their family.
Yep.
Traveling on
Wow.
holidays.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Look, all right.
Okay.
Interesting. So that made it go. Well, what was wrapped in the tampon that caused the machine?
Because it's a metal in there?
Right. That's what I'm wondering.
I'm assuming that maybe because they think that
You hiding something in
drugs, yeah.
Mm.
So I was
Ah,
Mm.
okay. Because people have been known to do
You-
that.
right,
absolutely.
Mm.
okay, right. I'm like, okay, cool. Go ahead, put me down. And she was like, okay.
I want to give a shout out to Miss Roslyn. I met Miss Roslyn at the Staples last week, and I forgot to shout her out. She sat there and she was like, "What do you do?" And I was having a conversation with her, and she was like, "I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna subscribe." So hi, Miss Roslyn.
Hey, Miss
See,
Roslyn.
they shouted you out, Miss Roslyn. I love it, but that wasn't my random was
I figure.
children got it right. Children have it right. You know, I have my little niece, and one of my clients had met her, and she said,
You had your niece?
I did. And one of my clients said she is just having a ball all by herself. And she was saying hi to people and da-da-da-da-da. And she was like, you know, she just was being very, you know, personable. And so, you know, if you ever, well, you probably never, you won't. whoever you are. But you know, we have been able to take her to school, and when she goes to school, the kids line up.
They do.
They hug her, hi, and they give her all this love and stuff like that. And it's white, black, Asian, all the, you know. But and so in my random, I say, you know what? The only people who are truly woke are children. They're the closest to the actual source.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They the wokest ones. Nothing mattered. It was just, they just give love.
Yeah.
Till they're taught everything else. That was my random situation. What's your random, Sitch?
My random is
Granger.
it's real random. I was reading a story a story about a lady in Taiwan.
Okay.
And she was working in the field. She fell asleep. And she didn't fall asleep. Correction. She was working in the field. She started rubbing her eyes because something got in them, but she didn't think anything of it. She went home for the night.
Okay.
Her eyes swole up.
Okay.
She was wondering, oh my God, something is wrong. They're hurting. What's wrong with my eyes? She goes to the doctor the next day because at this point, she can't see. Mm-hmm. She's blinded. It's painful. Her eyes are running.
Really?
She goes to the doctor, and the doctor looks, and he's checking with an object to, see closer.
Okay.
And he sees at first little arms that start peering out of her eyes. Then he notices
peering out of her eyes.
Yes, little wings, and then he noticed it's some bees that got in her eyes.
Bees in a trap.
Were stinging her eyes. Yes, so that's why they were swelling. The point is, watch what goes in your eyes. Keep your eyes open. How she couldn't feel bees in her eyes?
Bees in the trap. Bees in the trap.
She couldn't
bees
feel them.
That's Nicki Minaj, ain't it?
And he pulled out 3.
3 bees?
3 little bees in her eyes.
3 little bees.
And this is in Taiwan?
Yeah. And she remembered, oh my God, I was working in the field. And I remember something happened and it was irritated. And bees. And bees.
Wow. Were they full-grown bees? Were they baby bees?
They were tiny bees, but you could clearly see, They said that is the first time in history that has been pulled out of somebody's eye. What has gotten in your eye?
Come.
Yeah.
This is going to be a great motherfucking show today. Wait a minute. Hold up.
We got a live one.
Before we move forward, can we all look, turn this way, y'all. Turn this way to over here. And y'all, everybody wave and say hi to Keisha. Hi, Keisha!
We love you, Keisha!
Everybody turn right here and say hi to Choo. Hi, Choo Choo! Choo Choo said they give all the love until they're taught different. I love children.
They are.
Bees, you've had come see you in your eye?
That's why she was like,
it's gonna be a good show today, y'all.
When she was like, open your eyes, yeah.
Was that intentional?
You want to see him coming?
Yep.
I want to watch him coming.
Can I see you? I'm gonna watch you.
3.
Come over here.
Other fluids. Okay.
I love it. Oh my goodness.
How about that sponsor, though? We have a sponsor for it.
Okay, well, go ahead. Talk about the sponsor.
We got him quiet.
Okay. I was going to continue, but go ahead with the
You was going to continue with what was in the eye?
No, I was continuing with the next order of business on this paper. The sponsor was there,
Something
but
that you
let's talk
see
about the
with
sponsor.
your eyes?
Who's sponsoring?
The sponsor.
Guess. Take a guess. If anybody out there can guess who the sponsor is today, I got a prize for you.
Anybody, take
and
a
it won't
guess.
be something that goes in your eye.
It go in your mouth, too.
Well, these go in your mouth.
Well.
And you chew and they're soft and
Who
moist.
chews it? Just
Yes.
swallow. Just swallow.
It's the sponsor.
Right.
The
It's
cheesecake.
sponsor.
Who's the sponsor?
I don't know at this point. You know what?
I tried to do something else, but go ahead, girl.
We go
Go ahead.
Energy is the topic that we all
Energy
also
is not the topic, but the sponsor is Cheesecake de Granger. They have over how many flavors?
65 flavors.
I was going to say 78.
65
flavors. I was going to
Yes,
double
you
shit. They got
can.
102 flavors.
We could, if that's what you want to do. We can do whatever you want.
I know.
Yes, we have peaches and cream.
Peaches and cream.
Yeah, I know, right? We have watermelon.
We
Great
have
for
watermelon.
the summertime.
We do.
We also have plain New York style if you want that. We have strawberry key lime.
We do.
We do. We have chocolate and Hennessy.
Does Cheesecake de Granger have anything special coming up anytime soon?
You know, we do have
What
some
is it?
special events coming up.
Tell the people.
What we're working on right now is something that we hope we can appear at our first festival. And so
Ooh.
I know.
Which would be?
Well, I don't want to reveal too much because we're still going back and forth on confirmation.
Back and forth.
Right.
Go ahead, back and forth.
On confirmation.
Okay.
But once we do know, we'll make sure that we make the announcement. But yes, we would like to.
How can they
work on
reach the
appearing at
Cheesecake de
festival?
Granger?
www.cheesecakedegranger.com.
Okay. And what's their number?
310-774-6701.
I like it.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
like it. What I was actually going to say, when we talked about the Flipper Rotate, I was going to give our condolences
Yes.
to the people that have passed away, and it's really a sad one because Keisha says she win. You guess she's in the ground. You win. You always a winner, baby.
Come on, Keisha.
You the winner, sugar.
Yeah.
Open up the mail in 3 weeks. It's gonna be a check in your mailbox. Amen.
Can one
That's
be
your
in
pride.
mine?
Hey, man.
Thank
Mhm.
you. Everybody's send
It's
that
gonna be
prayer
one of
to
these.
everybody.
I don't know why energy's on here, but it ain't the topic.
It's sure not, but
Okay.
go ahead. We talking about cussing.
Well, what's going on is I'm gonna say that I'm looking at my paper so I can get these names right because I don't want to speak nobody's name. Hanako Kuribayashi.
I would say Hanako, but go ahead.
Okay, but who is? Okay, we'll say it.
No, you go.
Okay. She was one of the children we were talking. We were talking
Yeah.
earlier that which when they went in Japan, they had in Tokyo, well near Tokyo,
Yes.
in Kawasaki, Japan, there was a stabbing spree. A man went on a stabbing spree with children, and
With
she was an
kids.
11-year-old baby who was murdered by this fool. And also there was another gentleman. Would you like here to say his name?
Satoshi Oyama.
Okay, so Tashi Oyama was he was a father of one of the children, one of the first graders, and he was killed there. And also, you want to say these names as well? Albert Aless,
Yes.
and Zachary Morris. These are two 18-year-olds who just graduated high school. They were vacationing in Peru, and they were on a motorcycle exploring Peru, and they got hit by a bus.
Yeah.
And the police over there, the authorities are trying to decide whether or not they're going to press charges or bring the bus up on charges.
What's the video?
Oh no.
And so we want to send our prayers and our condolences to them, to their families. Also, Cameron and Dylan Clark were 6-year-old twins in South Carolina who were killed by a drunk driver. Please don't drink and drive.
I know.
Uber, Lyft.
And they were not wearing seatbelts.
They weren't.
Nonetheless, they passed away.
Right.
Joshua Morales and Colton Mondi were another high school graduates. They were in a car on this weekend. They were the two in the front seat, and with 3 other 17 and 18-year-olds in the back seat. And those 2 young men lost their lives this past Saturday at like 3 o'clock in the morning, so maybe Sunday. Driving, and they didn't say if something was in the road or in the road, but they hit a tree, and the driver died on the scene, and the other young man, Colton Mundy, was taken to the hospital, and he died at the hospital. He was in the passenger seat. The other 3, they survived. So we just, and with the exception of the one father, Satoshi Oyama, all these are kids, you
They
know,
are.
at the beginning of their life, and we just, and it seems there were accidents with driving in cars. So please be careful and be mindful of the road. And
always strap up your kids.
strap
too.
up your children
And yourself.
Yeah. But we want to send our prayers and condolences to their families. And we wish them, all the peace that the God the Father can give them. And we just hope they get some solace from whomever they believe. But the topic tonight is cussing in public.
Cussing.
Cussing in public. Polite or impolite. We're going to find that out. Do you cuss in public?
All the time.
All the time. You cuss in public?
No, I do not.
You do? You don't?
No.
I cuss when I feel like I want to, because I can.
You catch me in private, though.
Yeah.
Lighten you up. But in public, I'm a lady.
Oh, okay. We still ladies, but we cuss. Hey,
Well,
plus, do you cuss?
we'll
Do you
discuss
cuss at
it
all?
later. We'll discuss it later.
Of course.
You cuss? Do you cuss in public?
Yep.
You do?
Dominique,
Sure do.
you curse in public?
Do if any of you all cuss in public, when we get to that portion, please call us, or you don't cuss, whatever your opinions might be, give us a call. What's the number? 310-910-9676, extension 1. Or you can hit us on one of the social medias if you're shy and you don't want to talk.
Right.
We would love to hear from you. But in other news, somebody need to be cussing at Santa Anita.
All them damn horses.
Girl,
Yeah.
another
All them damn
horse just
horses.
passed away. Another horse was killed on Sunday.
Right.
I said we're talking about it last week, and I was like, it's something the government can do. Well, I don't know who was listening, but Dianne Feinstein has stepped the hell in, and she said, you know what? Something's got to be done. She says, how many horses must die before concrete steps are taken to address what is clearly an acute problem at Santa Anita?
Right. Because that's too many.
It's way
long.
too many.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, like I said last week, I'm not, let me watch, because PETA wants horse races stopped nationwide. But that's PETA. You understand that. But the sad part about it is, when I was doing some further investigation, United States, we are leading by far the number of horses that die in horse races than in the world. In the world. That's something's wrong with that situation. But they want to do it because they closed the Santa Anita down before, and they closed it down they opened back up in March, at the end of March. And I think this is the 4th or 5th horse that's passed away that was euthanized since then, since the end of March.
Yeah.
Because it's been 26 since December 26th.
That's ridiculous in that short amount of time.
Right. And so they were doing something they were talking about checking the soil and stuff like that. But Dianne Feinstein, she's like, no, we need to check on these training practices. We need to see the health of the horses, what medicines they're giving them, and the treatments they're giving, under what conditions, and are they overrunning the horses?
Yes.
She also stated overrunning.
And she said it overrunning. Because I know you said something, but we were talking before, and you were like, horses are made to, and they are made to run, but are they made to run with somebody on their back in circles?
No.
I mean, for certain distances, certain amount of time.
They just don't feel like it's been a thorough investigation.
I agree with her on that. Yeah, because at this point they should have figured something out. Go ahead, Chris.
What was the reason they shut down Inglewood's horse racing? Because I know Inglewood used to have horse racing.
Over here when it was Hollywood Park over here racing, so they could put a casino right there and put a stadium. So they could put a stadium. That's all.
Because I know my grandpa was big on going over there, so that's where, in my mind, that was always where horse racing went down. But I know some things that went down major, and that's why they shut down, not before the casino, though.
Yeah, they did stop a long time ago, but I think really, to be honest with you, I know it shouldn't be funny, but to be honest, I think it's because people just stopped going over here.
Okay.
I think this they were like, you know what? So they had it up over there, but they would just have you. They had the track was still up, but you can go over there and just watch it on television. The races at either Santa Anita or Del Mar. Okay. I think people just weren't going over there. But Hollywood Park Casino is fabulous now, but it was a dump. It was horrible. You went there, it was just like, really, this is a casino? Y'all paying for Monopoly money in here? But now you can't say that no more, honey, because they rich. It looks rich in there.
All the changes.
It looks rich in there, honey. Speaking of rich, Mackenzie Bezos, honey. That's Jeff Bezos' wife.
Which is, for those who don't know.
He is the proprietor and inventor of Amazon. And he leads globally billionaires worth $104 billion. And her divorce settlement, she's received $37 billion, and she's vowed half of it to charity.
Right. What?
Charity.
What?
Yeah. She said she has.
Damn, my name should be Charity.
I was gonna say I got a charity she can give it to. But it's something called the Giving Pledge, and it was started by
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett, and then also what's his face? Bill and Melinda Gates.
Yeah.
So they won't get taxed. I like them. I like them.
She said she said she's doing it because she said she has a disproportionate amount of money.
Which is
and
true.
You get taxed.
Yeah, you do get taxed.
So the easiest way to get out of it,
I don't think she's concerned with taxes though. You got $37 billion. Are you really concerned about being taxed?
Yes, you know how much money $1 billion is?
Yes.
You know how much $1 billion? She got 37 of those.
I don't think
37 of those.
I don't think
in
that's
order
a
for you to
factor.
do it, it is
I don't think that's a factor.
That's why
though.
most celebrities.
What you mean that
decide
the
they
charity?
should-
For
to do
yeah, I
charity
think a
for
lot of it
tax
has to do with the
purposes.
tax breaks.
Because then,
and
if you
stuff,
look
yeah.
at how much, because
they have to get so much of it away every year anyway.
So you just got $37 billion in income. What are you doing for it to go out? So
'Cause
you
the
gotta
government gonna
make
wanna
it
know.
equal.
Right,
So your taxes,
Right,
what they
yeah.
tax you will come down because you'll be like, oh, I gave this much to
this
so and so
person,
and so and
I gave it
such.
to this person.
I understand what you're saying about
Mm-hmm.
that, but I don't think that that's the biggest factor or the primary factor. I think some people are just, because she just said it's a ridiculous amount of money, she'll never be able to spend it. Her children's children will
Do
never
they have
be able to
children?
I don't know if they have.
I don't think they have.
I
Do they
don't
have
think
kids?
I don't think they have kids.
I don't think Bill and
so.
Melinda Gates have children either.
No.
No, I thought the Gates did have children.
They do.
I thought.
They do. You can say something.
Yeah, come on,
He does,
Dominique.
but I don't think he left anything to his children.
Yeah.
He's gonna give it back.
Yeah,
to the
to
state
uh-huh.
for the charity. He's not.
He's
gonna-
doing the
Bill
same
Gates?
thing. Yeah.
If I was one
Bill
of
and
you,
Melinda,
like,
they're doing the
what,
they're
Dad?
doing the same thing.
What?
And what she mentioned about them writing as a tax write-off,
Uh-huh.
a lot of people.
Tell the people your name.
My name's Dominique.
That's Dominique talking. Go ahead, Dominique.
A lot of people who own businesses and have billions and millions, they will do a charity because they can use that as a tax write-off.
Yeah,
That's how they keep their
definitely.
income. So it's not one of their main factors, but it does help get their money back, and so they don't have to pay so much tax.
Well,
Exactly.
that I
And
understand,
it
but I
looks
was just
good.
saying I didn't think it was a primary factor for the giving. That's my opinion. But I understand what you're saying.
It might not be the
I know
primary. It might not be.
They have a couple charities, and it sounds
I
really
like to
good
say
for
that.
the charities till you know it's a
said
tax.
what?
I like to say that. I like to think that too. I'll go with that.
What you going with?
What she said.
Because, I mean, I don't think that. I
don't
think,
think that-
a lot of people are just giving and they want to see things that are done better in the world and help other people out.
Probably.
Wakanda forever.
Forever. Bushwick Bill. You know what? We didn't say him. Well, I didn't want to say him in the prayer because he didn't pass away or nothing like that. But I know he was he was hospitalized because of the excessive chemotherapy that he's been undergoing because of his cancer status. But he has pulled out of this Ghetto Boys tour. He pulled out of the tour because he said they were trying to exploit his cancer. Because the name of the tour was called.
Don't stop.
I'm gonna tell you the name of the tour.
Go ahead.
The beginning of a long goodbye, the final farewell.
No. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I think I would have pulled out too. That
He
is
said,
very
F y'all,
exploitative.
I'm not
Yes.
doing that. So
Yes.
he said he was going to go on his own solo tour by himself without them. It's supposed to start in Dallas on June 8th, and the name of the tour is called Fuck Cancer.
Okay. Okay.
So I guess he said
He's
if
not
anybody
I'm
going to
gonna
exploit it,
exploit
I'm going to exploit my
I'm gonna make
goddamn
myself
self.
money.
Right.
That's
Makes sense.
That's a cuss word. So if you go to his concert, you got to say I'm going to the Fuck Cancer concert. That's the name of the tour.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there we have it. Dionne Warwick is. Well, we ain't gonna talk about Dionne Warwick. Who else was it to do?
You were talking about
Thelma
Smith.
Miss Thelma.
Yeah. She's the lady who is 102 years old she was served with an eviction letter to get
In Ladera Heights.
to get kicked out of Ladera Heights but Arnold Schwarzenegger has stepped in.
He's one of her friends.
Yeah, he's one of her friends. But the guy, I saw it all over the news, and I understand both sides of the eviction notice, but she is 102 years old. Some people are saying, well, he's the property owner. He can do whatever he wants with his property. But some people are wanting to know, as a question of morality, because of her age, do we have an obligation to make sure that she's in a safe place? She's 102.
And most of her family is dead.
Yeah,
and
most
the rest
of
her family
has passed.
Yeah.
Has passed on. So a lot of people they've been bringing awareness to the situation because, again, of her age, and it kind of seems a little inconsiderate and no compassion to evict somebody who's 102 years old. He said his daughter needs to move into the house.
Girl,
That's what he said.
Well, the thing about, and she got to be out by June 30th.
Yeah.
She's been living there for many years.
30 years.
But
30
the thing about it is that what we have here is called the LA Rent Stabilization Ordinance, which allows landlords to remove someone out of a unit if their family member needs it. and he's kicking her out because his daughter is graduating law school. Mm-hmm. And he wants to put her, I guess, in her particular unit. Mm-hmm. But the law that she may, I don't know if she's gonna have some leeway or not, but she may, but the law states that you can do that, but you have to kick out the person who moved in last. So last one has to leave first. I don't think she's the most recent person to move in. So maybe he just wants that particular unit for his daughter.
Right.
Because the law says that you can do that, but it's to protect. The law is state there to protect people from having landlords just move them out because they've been living there for years at a low rate. Because as the years go by, rent increases, especially on areas, and Ladera is not too far from Inglewood. Right. So, all the areas within the vicinity of Inglewood, because of what's going on with the stadium and stuff like that, are increasing in rent. I know my rent was increased. I live at the end of the street from the goddamn stadium. But the laws state there to protect us renters, to say, so landlords will be like, oh, you've been staying here for so many years, you only paying $300 and I want to put you out. No, last person in got to move out first. So we'll see, because the landlord, whoever the person is, don't want to say who they are, but
of course not.
Right.
Well, no, he was all on the news. They had him on camera, and he said to the cameraman, they were like, because the lady asked him, "Why, really? So you're gonna kick out a woman who's 102 years old?" And he said, "Wouldn't you do what you had to do for your family?" And she said, "But your daughter, it's your daughter who's graduating law school, who's moving in." And he again said, "I need to take care of my family."
Well, because they asked him that, and he was like, "Well, you kicking out an 102." He was like, he placed the question back to them and said, "Well, would you take care of your child?"
Right.
You graduating law school, so I don't think you're a child. Sound like an adult, but okay. I mean,
can we throw to a song for a second?
Well, Terry Edmond was on there. That's the dude you were talking about, the cop you were talking about.
Yeah, we can go to a song.
You don't want to talk about Terry Edmond?
No, so we can have enough time to talk to the person who.
Oh yeah, we have enough time to talk to her. We got plenty of time.
So our second song, since we're keeping with the theme, hot and steamy.
Welcome back to Plop. We're back here with Miss Crystal Gilbert. Hi, Crystal.
With just Crystal.
Just Crystal?
Just Crystal.
Oh, okay,
just
well.
Crystal.
We're back here with Crystal.
Apparently, I had got married off, though.
Somewhere, because somebody told us your name was something else.
Right.
But to those who would looked online and saw Crystal James, that's not who this
that's
is.
Not me.
I don't know.
That's
not you.
I don't know who that person was.
Know who that person was.
No,
you wanted an alias.
I did want an alias, but
that's not that one. But you wanted one you chose.
Right.
Okay.
I got random people out here telling people my name. That ain't true.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, we don't want to do
that.
We don't want to answer that kind of confusion.
I was real mad. I was in the airport like, who the fuck is this?
Were you that upset? Really?
Were you upset, or that's just the word you use?
No, I'm upset because I work really hard for my business. So when my name comes up, I need you to know who I am.
Well, come on. Well, who are you?
My name is Crystal Gilbert.
Okay.
Not Crystal James.
But who are you today?
Right.
Right now.
I London right now.
She's London, Paris,
France,
Milan, London. Amen.
Crystal is going to be our guest for the evening.
Hi,
and,
Crystal.
She's going to be talking to us about the store that she owns.
Say hi to the friends.
Naughty Dreams. And if you guys want to call in, please give us a call and ask her some questions. 310-910-9676, extension number 1.
Crystal, tell the people where you're from.
I'm from here.
Where's here?
Here, Hyde Park. I was
Hyde
born
Park
and raised
in Los Angeles.
Los
Speak up in here, babe. We're gonna move all these coochies and
Right.
assholes.
Right.
We're gonna put this up close to you. You like having that close to your mouth?
I do.
Oh,
I enjoy
okay.
anything
We'll put it right
in my
there.
mouth.
Wow. Okay.
I like you, girl.
So, Crystal,
I
how
really
did you get started?
like you, girl. I do. Crystal, tell the people what you do.
I do a lot of different things. What you mean, like business
Tell
wise
the
or
people
with the
what
mic?
you do. What tell the people what your business is.
Okay.
Right. Can we start there?
My business is adult novelty, which means I sell sex toys.
Okay.
Sex
Okay.
toys.
How long you been doing that?
I started in 2014.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you started before Candy Coated Night.
I did.
Okay. Bedroom candy.
Bedroom candy.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Quan, get a good angle because your angles be fucked up sometimes.
Right.
So we talking about cussing and I need to say to curse.
And the
I used the
pictures.
goddamn word I meant to fucking use. I would get my point across. You understood what I said, right?
Hold on, is this get on
As I
Big on
say,
Quan?
No,
Yep.
this is not
Yep.
Big on Big
You
Quan today.
you started. You messed up.
Boy getting on me, I got you getting
Well,
on me.
that's all love.
You getting on me.
Can we come back to Crystal?
Hold on, ain't y'all talking about, swearing and shit?
Well,
No, we didn't say don't swear.
Wait, I
We talking about
didn't
cussing
say
in public.
anything. Okay, we're gonna go back to Crystal though. Crystal. So,
No, you're not in the
can
background,
you give us
baby.
a
You all
little bit
right.
more about what
Just
you
make
do?
just make sure that you do that.
I sure will.
Okay, baby.
All
Go
right.
ahead, Crystal.
So, initially,
You're welcome.
I started my company because
manners.
actually, the two of us, Dominique and I, had walked into a sex store and it was creepy. It was one way in and one way out. It was
Okay.
like back alley. The dude at the register was like, "Hi." When we walked in, it looked like
How you say it?
hi. It looked like it was like mental institute peach on the walls. Everything was dusty, and I was like,
And you here in LA?
in Hollywood.
Oh, okay. Well, that's to be expected.
And it just was not anything that I liked. And I went home and was like, there should be some place that you have fun, that you go to, that you would be like, yes, I'm gonna come back. This is exciting. It's a great experience. So I started the website, which is Naughty Dreams. Everything is based off being at home because that is the one place you feel comfortable is home.
Yeah.
So when you look at the website, you have everything from the living room, the bathroom, the kitchen, and the
These are
bathroom.
toys for these particular places?
It is toys for these each area. So in the
Oh.
kitchen, I have an egg. It is a male masturbator. I have
It's an egg?
Yes, it is shaped like an egg. It is
An
a
egg.
It is a male masturbator. I have
Well,
glass
how big
dildos.
is the egg?
It's shaped just like an egg.
Shaped like an egg.
But once he puts his penis in, it expands.
Okay.
Oh.
I have glass dildos, and
Okay.
then you have
A glass dildo?
a glass dildo.
People put glass inside their
People put glass.
People put all
inside.
kinds of shit in their bodies,
girl.
really.
Yes.
But go ahead.
Then in the living room, I make sure that we have all your movies, all your furniture. There is a toy I can't wait to get.
Is that the cube?
No, it's
okay.
it's a
I see the cube.
it's a swing.
Oh.
It's the sex swing.
Okay.
It's really big. So I have to have my own sex room for it.
Is it attached to something or is it like
It's
self-standing?
It's self-standing, so it's pretty much probably as big as this table.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
And you have
Okay,
it
that's-
hooked to the rods, and you can swing in it.
And you can do your thing.
You can do everything.
Is there a friend on the line, A+? There is. Hello, friend.
Somebody wants to talk to me. I'm so
Hey.
excited.
Hi, who is say your name?
My name is Valerie.
Hi, Valerie. Where you calling from, girl?
Where am I at right now?
Where are you,
City.
girl? Are you in America?
I'm in Culver City, and me and Miss Peggy said, hey.
Hi, Miss
Hi.
Peggy. What was your question or comment or concern?
Nothing. I haven't called in a while. I just was calling to say, hey, fam.
Say something.
And
Oh,
then
thank
I
you.
didn't-
Say
and then,
something to say something to Crystal.
I had to turn down, so I didn't hear what she was saying about where the, did she say where the store was?
It's online.
It's
online. So it's www.naughtierDreams.com. You can find
Yeah,
me
I'm
on.
going to be at that.
You can.
Oh, well, come on in.
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at naughtydreams_.
Alrighty. I'll be looking at
And
looking
trust me,
for it.
another reason why I started is because I want to give great customer service. So if you see something on Amazon, call me, text me, FaceTime me, email me. Girl,
She
we
said
will
FaceTime, girl. I
we
know
will
that's right.
find it. And I will give
They can
you
send
the
you a good old
great
screenshot?
Screenshot. I take everything.
If she ain't got it, she can get it.
I can get it.
You go, girl.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
Valerie.
calling, Valerie. We appreciate it.
That's my new cousin.
You're her new cousin.
Alrighty, I'll follow
All right,
you
love
back.
you guys.
Love you
Bye,
too.
Valerie.
Keep listening, friend.
Bye.
Okay, you got somebody. So it's all online.
It's all online right now.
Okay.
How many products would you say you have online?
I have 806 products
Oh,
online.
really? Oh, so it's
You ain't
very,
playing no
very
games.
fast.
No, not at all.
Oh, that's awesome.
She
I'm
has
not
even
playing
brought
games.
some examples of some
She
things.
actually
We're
did.
so excited.
She
And we're
actually
going to
did.
show them to you, so you must make sure you tune in to see some of these good old things. Tell people what this is right here.
Okay.
Let's
So
start with something that looks fairly,
that looks different. So this is the affordable, chargeable, rechargeable Move, right?
It's
Okay.
a what?
It's called Move.
It's called the Affordable Rechargeable Move.
Yeah. So I have to show this. Try not to break a nail. Yeah.
Don't break no nail.
Okay, so because
Hold it up to the camera.
because I had somebody get it and they couldn't understand and I couldn't tell them how
Let
to
me see.
do it.
Why you getting to?
Oh no, I have to show you.
Right here, show that. See, there you go. Go
So
ahead.
the plug is here to charge it.
Oh.
So you push it in here. Yeah. So everything is rechargeable. It's a USB, so you can charge it in your car. and
Okay.
play.
Oh.
All right.
It's for the ladies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe some men might like it. You never
Well, does
know.
it move around?
Oh yes, it moves around. So I'm going to put it on the top. This has 20 different settings. I'm going to put it
Oh,
on.
that's what it said.
I'm going to ask you how many.
I'm gonna put it on the top of you guys' noses because that's the most sensitive area closest to your clitoris. Okay.
Is it?
Yes. All right. So this is the first one.
Oh, shoot.
Put it on my
Oh,
nose.
Lord.
Put it on
Put
my
it
nose.
on. Ooh.
Put it on my
Oh,
nose.
that's strong. That is a very strong vibration.
Okay.
Yeah. You're like, okay. Wow.
I like it. You can get my makeup off of it.
Yeah, I got it.
So nobody won't think.
It's
What is it?
display.
Just an example?
Yeah, these
Okay,
are displays.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
I always have a few display toys that I just keep, to show like this.
It feels great on your noses, so you know,
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
And that was speed one.
That was the
No,
first
that was
speed.
not. Are
Yeah.
you serious?
That
Yeah.
was the vigorous speed.
No.
It had much vigor to it.
Right.
All right.
What else you got?
Jeez.
So I have something for the men. Well, for both men and women.
I'll put that away for you.
Thank you.
I'm your assistant.
It's called the Charged Yoga, and it is basically a cock ring. So you guys familiar with cock rings?
We are familiar with cock rings.
I've heard of those. Yes.
We're familiar with cock rings.
I've heard of
We're not
those.
proved.
So, so this one also is rechargeable. Same charger.
Oh.
Oh, wait, it's the cock ring that moves? My earpiece keep coming out. Maybe it's these toys.
So I hope this one is charged. If not, I will have to.
Well, girl, I got a portable
Oh,
charger.
it's fine. All right. So you have two sides.
Camera.
You have two sides. A lot of men tell me
Here.
that they won't fit. Right?
Lies. So go ahead.
So this is for his penis.
Uh-huh.
Stretch. This is for his balls.
Oh.
Yeah,
And it just vibrates.
And it's vibrating. So you have this side where you can put the little dots. I don't know if you guys can see those.
You see those dots?
The dots on her clitoris,
Oh.
and this goes on, so you get pretty good.
All kind of different kind
I-
of sensations going on.
sensation.
Back on my nose.
Yep.
So
Back
you got
on
all
that
kind of
nose.
sensations going on. Okay.
This is A plus talking.
A plus.
I was always curious. You know, I definitely see the benefit. You know what I mean for the girl, but I was always curious. What is the benefit?
You've
of
never
a
had your
cock-
balls vibrated on?
Yes, but as far as the cock,
What do they
ring,
call
the,
that,
the
teabagging?
ring,
Yeah.
the ring,
The ring, it
Yeah.
grip. So initially, it's tightening to keep your climax.
Circulation.
Yeah, yes, right.
Keep
Your-
your soldier
to,
at attention.
to keep it up and to hold your climax back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have a lot of cock rings
Hold
that
back.
do
What
that.
they call edging.
Yes.
I'm very familiar with these terms.
You got some explaining to do.
I ain't gonna find to do. I'm grown. Very grown. I love me and I love the body and I think the body is a beautiful thing and I think people should be familiar with their bodies and I think that if people were more familiar with their bodies,
Yes.
they may be looser in public.
Yes.
Period.
And
Just
that
don't be
is-
so people be so uptight for no particular reason. Just be like, what, loosen up, and appreciate the fact that other people appreciate their own body.
And that is my biggest issue. On top of it being a website, I initially want to open a warehouse where it's like a home.
Okay.
And I want more people to understand that You have to know your body first before you can tell somebody else how to treat your body. And then once you understand, then you can say, hey, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. I recommend that everybody in a relationship or just having sex sit down with people and say, okay, here's a list of what I like. Here's a list of what I don't like, and here's some shit I might be down to do, depending on the day.
In the context.
You know? Right. And once you get that and you understand, because communication is key in sex, and I feel that our generation has lost that because I call it the iPhone generation. Where if it's broken, I can just go down the street and buy another one. Yeah. And that's what we do with our relationships. We're not trying to fix them. Right. We're just going, I can jump in a DM and I can go fuck her. And
because you'll get, the thing about you speaking about relationships is funny because I was reading a post and I told this guy about it when I was talking to him. I was like, you know what, but I read this post and it was like, we live in a generation now where people, you meet somebody online, you exchange numbers, or you don't even exchange numbers, you exchange social media pages. You meet up, you have sex, and then y'all ghost each other. Yep. To the next. So yeah, right. Before you go to the next example of something, have you gotten any flack, or since we're talking about people exploring body, have you gotten any flack or anybody saying, "Oh, this is too wrong" or raunchy or whatever? Have you gotten any of that?
Judgment?
No, actually, I get a lot of people that are supporting me. I actually am my biggest critic. I judge myself. Like I have a YouTube channel that I keep saying I'm gonna do, but I keep thinking it's gonna be.
You started it already?
No, I want to.
Okay, well, I'm just
working on that.
That's okay. I'm
it takes time. It took 2 years to do this, so I understand.
People are going to be negative because I'm selling sex or because I'm doing this. And I always say, like, I'm not an expert. It's just I love doing it. These are the things that I love doing. And I said, if you're passionate about it, then I do my research. I test every toy. Well, if it's a female toy. I test every toy. I got cock rings. I got whips at the house. You know, I got a bag that if somebody walked in my room, you'd be like, okay,
it's on.
All right, cool. Oh, you a freak. But I need, people to know it's very taboo. But I've never gotten anybody to be like, you're wrong, you shouldn't do it. Okay. I have Dominique here. I have so many friends who are like, I never have to speak for myself. They're always like, well, you know what she does? This is what she do. Here's her card. And I'm like,
they tell it for you.
Yes. But there's a Lil Wayne line that says, like, your friends you never have to speak up. Your friends will say it for you or something like that. They should. So.
It's weird. There's also too that people. Let me tell you something. Next time somebody tell you that you're not selling sex. Because this ain't sex.
No.
You're selling things for the body.
Yeah. No. I sell toys. Tools. I sell tools.
I sell tools. You don't have to have sex with none of this stuff.
No.
Now,
except for this next thing that you got in front of you right there. That's having sex with something. What is this
what
right
do you
here?
have as far as... We know you have toys and everything, but what type of items do you have to promote safe sex between couples?
I sell condoms. I'm a very pro safe sex. I actually taught women earlier this month that holding the tip of the condom first before we roll it on is way better because it prevents babies and the condom from breaking. And I'm mad that a lot of older women did not know that. Yeah, they didn't know that they needed to hold that tip reservoir.
Yeah.
And they taught that in sex education.
Yeah, but some people just don't remember it.
Right, some people don't.
But yes, we if you find all of our condoms in the bathroom with our lubes.
Okay.
So you teach women how to put condoms on?
Yes, in a fun way. Good. So we learned how to put a condom on using a banana with our mouth.
So what else do you teach? You
put it on with your mouth.
With your mouth. If you like to see that video, it's on the Instagram page.
Okay.
At NaughtyDreams_.
So do you have classes or you just do these tutorials on your own?
Well, it was a party we did, but I am thinking about doing classes.
Okay. So do you throw parties still?
I do throw parties.
Okay. And so how would they reach you if they wanted to throw a party?
The
email?
Instagram, I have an email.
What's
the
your email?
Email is naughtydreams@gmail.com. I'm sorry. naughtydreamstore@gmail.com.
Okay.
Naughty Dreams is the website. But you can, because you can go on the website and do a party. But you can
so you
again.
What they
you
call
can-
naughty parties.
Naughty parties. You
Yes.
can.
Okay.
However,
I know too
with the
much.
naughty party, it is
I'm telling
themed.
myself.
So when we discuss the party, it will be either the bathroom, the kitchen. So if you want to do all
okay,
that,
that's
different.
yeah. So
That's cute.
so if we do a naughty, we had the party. It was a pajama party. And it was all bedroom bondage stuff. So we came in our robes and I showed them
so
how to
y'all
tie
go
it
all
and stuff.
out.
I go all out.
So you're not just sitting. Y'all not just sitting in the living
No,
room just with toys. spread
right.
out.
I hate that. I've gone to parties
Make
and
it
people
fun.
are like, "This is what you do: stick your finger in his ass and he'll be happy." And I'll be like, "No, I'm not forcing that on you. Again, this is communication. I need you to understand why we doing this. So if I teach you how to bond, what bondage is, I'm gonna teach you that you need to know safe words. That you need to understand that this is consensual. That." If I don't feel safe with you, we're not gonna continue. We're gonna stop. So, yeah, I go all out.
I love it. Well, now what's this right here in my hand?
So those are a few of the little packets of they go from anal creams to
these are all different
blowjob.
things.
Yes, blowjob creams. So the massage oil,
Okay,
oral sex.
clitoral stimulant, or kissable massage. Okay, and anal stimulation.
So I brought you those. So you girls can take some.
Oh. Thank you. You're so giving and sharing. I appreciate it.
All of them.
This is the little box that comes in?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And the packaging is so nice.
pretty.
Look at that.
It's
so
really
Y'all see
pretty.
that?
This is really pretty.
It is.
It would be nice if it was my own, but
Oh,
But
this
that's
is not your
okay.
brand.
no, that's not my brand. It just happens to say CG.
Oh, I know, huh? Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
See, CG. That's cute. That's what it comes in?
Yes, ma'am. But I want to tell you guys about this last toy here.
Please.
We have
give
one
it
more
to us.
toy
One
for
more
you all.
toy.
Special. We would save the best for last.
It is a male masturbator ass and pussy. Woo-hoo.
Show that to this camera over here.
You see that?
Her hands are spreading. Her hands are
spreading
spreading.
what needs to be seen. Are we seeing that over there, It's perfect. Okay. Do they come in different shades?
They
Different
do.
colors?
They
Okay.
do come in
I
different
just asked
shades.
because some people,
I'm about to drop it.
And they come some
It's very
vibrating,
soft.
some
It
twerk.
is, it's very
It is
soft.
soft.
Some twerk?
Some twerk.
Would you like to
Vibrating.
hold that one, A+? Oh, okay. I forgot.
He stuck his
She's
finger
been
in
to the
it.
tip.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you can stick your finger in the ass and the pussy, and it's ribbed, so it feels like an actual vagina.
Amazing.
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 And it has holes in the back for easy cleanup.
For easy. Well, how do you
Oh, I
clean
didn't see
it?
the holes in the
How
back.
do you clean it? What do you clean it
Oh,
with?
right
Soap and
there.
water?
Soap and water. I also sell
Hand wash it?
No, yes, hand wash it. I also sell.
What if I
toy
want it
cleaner.
tied?
Don't put it in the washing machine.
Tied.
No.
Game.
So does it stay stable when they use it, or does it move, or you just hold it?
You just hold it.
Oh.
You just hold it.
I'm
Here,
okay.
try it.
Okay. Okay.
Ah.
Oh, he smacked it. Does it feel like a good smack? Oh, you're shaking it. A+ is doing a little bit extra over there. So we're gonna leave him to that. What
So
is
now-
the most? I don't want to say weird or eccentric request that you've gotten from someone to get, because you can get stuff that you may not have on your website, right?
Right.
What is the most eccentric thing? Because we don't want to use no judgment. It's called nothing weird or like that. But
Right,
what is the most
never.
eccentric thing that you have been asked to provide?
I don't share. Those are my customers, and what they order is between them and my company.
Good evening.
Oh.
Come
okay.
on.
That is
So
my customer
privacy is
service.
everything.
Privacy, confidentiality is everything.
That's very important. That's
Everything.
vital.
So
I
it
do
must be
not
something
judge
that Only the
you.
one that person should know what it is. I got it.
I don't judge you. I've had friends call and say, "Hey, I want this." Okay, that's fine. I'll
Okay.
order it. Whatever. But I don't share.
How does it get delivered?
In a brown box.
Okay.
So very discreetly.
And so I'll order something from my line, and then I'll get it, and I'll be like, okay. It came in like a sunflower seed box.
Oh.
Because I don't have
or a candy cane box, or
Right.
just something different. Okay,
I
it.
don't have actual product on me, so everything is shipped from a distributor. But my distributor is here. Well, I have two. They're both here in California, so I made sure, like, okay, it's gonna come in a timely manner. It's gonna come in a bubble wrapped, or it's not gonna come where it says Naughty Dreams and you're looking at it like, oh shit, my kids done picked it up. Nope.
Right.
Very
So
discreet.
very discreet.
Very discreet.
So you have a good relationship with the distributor.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
So
my
now,
distributor actually follows me on Instagram.
As they should be making the money.
What
As
would
they
you
should.
say? What do you want to see, like, in the future for your business, as far as like your sales numbers, and what do you foresee this going?
You know what? I never really look at numbers. I have a saying that I just want to make people either laugh or make them come.
Amen.
Excellent thing.
I love it. I love
because when you go into it thinking I'm gonna get some money with it, I'm gonna be rich, that's when you not paying attention, you lose sight of what you're doing. I just really want people to be able to be like, I went to her, I got it again, I got a great experience.
Okay.
And that's why at the end, my end game is a warehouse where it's like a home, and you can come in and we have living room chats where you can discuss, relationships, where we have a spa where you learn about, being tested and proper ways to put a condom on, different tools for the bathroom and lube. I want to have a full working kitchen where you have edible cakes and cooking classes and, learn about
cooking for
different
your lovey.
spices.
Your lovey.
And
That's
then
good.
edible cheesecakes. And
I
then
love
where
it.
you have your bedroom where you learn about different fetishes, because people, are scared to hide it and not gonna know. Come out, say I like it in my ass to go with a feather.
Ooh. Something you said to me really stuck out to me, and you know what? Just what I like to support people, and I like to support especially people who come on here. So I'm going to find something on there to order, because I do like the fact that something that you said spoke to me in, like, doing PLOPP. It has to be so, because when people hear ministry, they think, "Ooh, it's church." Church ain't got nothing to do with ministry. Has nothing to do with church.
Right.
Ministry is a service you're providing for people.
Right.
And you have a ministry, like you say, you want people to either laugh or come. You have something that you without judgment.
Right.
So thinking about this right here, it's you. You want people to have a good experience and to leave here having had fun and learned something and been helped in some sort of way.
Right. Exactly.
After you sat down and popped on the sofa with us. All the people who are listening. So that has always been the direction of, it's not been all like, doing this, doing that. Of course, all the business part of it, you have to consider that, but that's not the
That's not
the priority.
Yeah, that's not. No,
I like that.
my priority is the customer.
Right.
Because you have to look at it both ways. Like, your loyal customer is always gonna come back,
Thank
and that's
you.
what I want to keep.
Thank
like,
you.
okay, yeah,
Because of the experience.
of the experience.
I love it. Well,
You said customer, right?
Miss
Customer
Crystal of Naughty Dreams.
Yes.
Once again, if you have just tuned in for whatever reason, we are talking to Crystal of Naughty Dreams. And you can, what is your information again?
So you can reach me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at naughtydreams_. The website is naughtydreams.com. My phone number is 323.
Come on, phone number.
632-6343. You can call me, text me, FaceTime me. Just don't call me after 12, because I will answer like, what?
You wait a minute, you up to 12 midnight?
Yeah.
Work it.
Oh.
What I mean, hey.
I mean, they say the freaks come out at night.
The freaks come out at night. Well, the freaks come out all times of the day. I know some freaks. They don't be only at night.
Hey.
Miss Crystal's going to sit right here. She's going to plot with us for the rest of the duration of the show.
She absolutely
And if you absolutely want to have some questions for her, if you got her phone number, you want to call her personally, but if you want to talk to her on here, please do so at 310-910-9676. We're going to listen to a song for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then we're going to come back and chit-chat. You going to chit-chat with us?
Yes.
Or what's going on in the world? And about cussing in public?
Oh.
Girl, okay. Okay, A+. Hey. Welcome back to PLOPP. Look, I was like, what's going on Instagram? It came right back in since we came in. Hey, y'all, we're back. And we're still here with Miss Crystal of Naughty Dreams. We're plopping, and we have a section and we have a portion in PLOPP what we call the flip and rotate. I call something new every week. You hear that right there?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What does it sound like?
You said ass clapping?
Right. Yeah.
That's us flipping and rotating the pillow. That's a pillow.
That's a pillow?
Yeah, you want a big sofa. You feel that?
Oh.
You feel that on your bottom?
That's not what I thought it sounded like. That's what it sounded like when I'm okay.
Well,
because of your naughty dreams.
We're gonna say it's a pillow, okay?
Right.
Say it's a pillow.
It's a pillow.
I love her. She's so sweet. But anyway, we call this particular situation because we're a big virtual green sofa, and everybody who's listening, even if they're listening tonight or next week or next year, they're on the sofa, and so we are cleaning out what's going on in the world today the best we can. And we call it flip and rotate because you pick up the pillows, you find out what you're looking for underneath there, or what you didn't know you were looking for, clean it up, turn it around, you got no sofa. It's all clean again. And and one of these topics in that particular portion is Dionne Warwick. She has gotten slammed by the Beehive for saying, she had done an interview with Essence.com, and people have ran with this whole narrative of her saying that Beyonce is not an icon. And the Beehive, as we know how they could be, has tried to tear her a new one. But in her interview, she said, "Not yet." She said she is one of the people who will be, but and I guess it may be just her old school mentality. She said, working hard. She probably is thinking about age as well, because Beyonce's 37, so she's like, she might be thinking about age as well, and she's thinking about also too. And a lot of people attribute some of her success, because Beyonce is great. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan, but a lot of people attribute her success to social media. And a lot of
great marketing.
Great marketing, but which is great too. Also, but sort of kind of like bullying a little bit. And I don't want to. And I can't think of another word. Not really like forced, I should say, because even the fact that she even said this, her fan club is like, So and I was kind of wondering before. I was like, when did we get to a society where, like, if you say something bad, like back in the day, if you said something bad about Anita Baker, you know what happened? Nothing. Right. You can say what you want to say about somebody, but she did say not yet. But she did say Beyonce's one of the artists. When you hear her music, you know it's her. She's not really like cookie cutter like a lot of the artists are today, where like everybody sing, you be like, who is that? You sound like so and so. You can't tell who it is. When you hear her sing, you do know it's her. She has done a lot, but she just said that she said not yet. She's getting there though. So I don't think anything was wrong with that. How do you feel about that? Because we also live where you have to choose. Like you can't. If you like Beyonce, you can't like Rihanna. If you like Cardi B, you can't listen to Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, I'm not one of them people. I like music. So I will listen to music. If it's a good song, then I'll listen to it. If it's not, then I'll be like, I didn't like it. I got a few people that we was just in the car, and I was like, I don't know if it's generational. I can't listen to it. Or I'm just getting old. But no, I've never been one of them like, I have to only support Beyonce. No. But it's been, social media is the reason why it's like that. Yeah. That people can feel like they can hide behind 100 and some characters and say whatever they want to say, and there's no repercussion for it. Versus you walking up to an actual artist and saying, your music sucks.
Right.
I'm hide behind a whole fake page.
I mean, she didn't even come up with, let me talk about Beyonce. He asked her about it, and she gave her honest opinion about it. She's been doing this since the 60s. Right. So, I mean.
But when did it become wrong that you're not also allowed to give your opinion?
That's the bigger issue.
We're so quick to be like, you're being negative. Right. But everybody needs criticism. That's what makes you better.
Well, I guess it depends on where the place is coming from, but I understand what you're saying, though. I understand what you're saying.
Andrew said that the Beehive trolls are very uneducated when it comes to true talent. Well, with true talent opinions.
I mean, Dionne Warwick is of an authority to speak on that particular subject, and a lot of people. What's your? You over there patting your head and putting the phone down, Miss Dominique. Y'all can't see Dominique, but we can see her. What's your opinion? You got something you want to say about it? You can speak.
I was laughing about something totally off topic.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to text her, and I realized I had the phone, so I just texted myself.
Oh.
But I am a part of the Beehive.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
I love Beyonce.
Okay.
But then again, you're entitled to your own opinions.
Okay.
Everything isn't for everybody. So if you feel like, if Dionne Warwick feels that she's not an icon, she's allowed to feel that way. Because
do you think she should be attacked for feeling that way though?
No, but that's the society we live in.
That's the problem. That's the issue.
You do, you damn if you don't. You're gonna get attacked regardless. If somebody says, like the people who think Beyonce is the queen of everything and she's the perfect performer, they get attacked for saying that.
Right.
So it doesn't matter what side you're on.
Right.
But I think those who disagree get attacked more.
Yes.
If you say anything against what the Beehive thinks about Beyonce,
or any one of these, the bars,
but more so Beyonce.
Definitely.
You say anything negative about her, because there have been other people who've said things about her, other artists, and they have come for their heads. And it shouldn't even be that way. She should be, especially Dionne Warwick. She, of all people, should be able to express who is an icon and who is not. And I don't think it was being negative. That's just her opinion and how she feels.
What was another dude that the other guy that said something before some years ago? What's his name? Oh my God, he used to have the long blonde hair with the hair. It was Kid something.
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. He said something about. See, this was a few years ago. He was saying how she didn't have a iconic or legendary album yet. This was some years ago. He said she didn't necessarily have a Thriller or a and they went for, I don't even know where he at to this day.
Right.
But they went for him. They went for him, and it's like, why? If that's what he feels, he's a musician. If he feels like they didn't do the numbers like that, he feels like that. But should you be attacked for that? Is somebody on the phone? Is there a friend on the line? Somebody's on the phone.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm on the line. What's going on, y'all? NYC up in the house.
Hi, NYC. What's your name?
Randy Jones from Brooklyn.
Hi, Randy Jones from Brooklyn. What was your question, comment, or concern?
Well, my concern, I want to know what you're talking about tonight. I just, came from the movie, saw this hot film, Aladdin, and it's awesome. And John Wick 3 is nasty. John Wick 4 coming out in 2 years, 3 years. So I just want to know what y'all getting into. I love Cali. I'm about to come out there and visit y'all again before I move.
You coming to California?
But what do you have to say about this topic,
though?
to
California.
You want to move to California? Okay.
What about the topic?
Yeah.
Are you a Beyonce fan?
I'm a what?
Are you a Beyonce fan?
Oh, I love Beyonce. I saw her in person. Yeah. Her husband used to go to my school. Yeah, I love Beyonce. Yeah.
Do you think that people should be attacked for not liking her?
Should people be attacked for not liking her? No, I think everybody got their own opinion to like, okay? It's like saying, should people be attacked for liking Trump? I mean,
True.
Everybody got their own opinion.
Okay.
I don't think they should be attacked for not liking her. I think they should be attacked if they attack her. If they come at her because they don't like her, they should be attacked. They say, listen, why are you coming at her? Let her do her thing. She's a mom, she's a wife,
do her thing.
and she's a pop star, okay? No, but I don't think they should be like, I don't think they should be. They shouldn't be, getting attacked.
Thank you so much, NYC, for calling us. Thank you we hope you plot with us every week.
Like that?
Oh no, we're going to the next thing. How long you want to talk to? But we only got 20 seconds to talk.
Right.
Only got 20 seconds.
We don't have very long.
We 24/7. We only stay the guy on Spanish bodega at 3:00 in the morning to buy a sandwich. But I'm gonna let that go, okay?
Okay.
God bless. Love y'all.
Thank you
See you
so
in Hollywood
much.
In 2 years.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that was so nice. Okay. Well, speaking of NYC, in New York City, they want to make a law banning texting while walking. You think it's dumb as fuck?
Have you ever walked into somebody looking down and just texting?
Why do you think that's dumb as fuck?
Come on, please, Crystal, explain
why. Well, wait a minute. I want to hear why he says that he thinks it's dumb. Go ahead.
First off, I agree with you, Crystal.
You agree with what you say that he agree with? What did you say that you agree with?
That, I mean, it is crazy when people are walking and they're not looking up and they're looking at their phone. They run into you or they run into a pole or something like that. But I think that's a dumb rule that New York City is doing that.
To ban it, yeah.
To ban it, I mean, like...
Well, specifically crossing the street and texting.
I mean, Dan, you going to give me a $500 ticket? I mean, come on now.
Because you're distracted and accidents have gone up because people are more concerned with looking at their phones and not being attentive. I mean, statistically, numbers, you can see that. Car accidents have gone up because people are texting and driving. They're not paying attention. People are dying trying to take selfies and walk and falling off of mountain cliffs and everything else because they're not paying attention. So you being distracted holding your phone walking across the street could cause an accident.
But people can get distracted walking across the street, looking across the street, not even looking at their phone. But you should be able to be aware of your surroundings.
This is true. This is true as well.
That is true.
You can say that.
Statistically, it has dramatically increased because of the phones, this device that everybody seems to be connected to and paying more attention to than your surroundings.
They have not been able to actually prove that it's because of them holding a device, but they feel like it attributes to it. They want to make the fines anywhere from $25 to $250 because they're saying they put out in exclamation points. It's okay to wait 5 seconds. That's what they're saying. It's okay to wait 5 seconds to cross the street. This would include checking your email, checking text messages, or browsing the internet. Unless it's an emergency. I don't know how to declare it to be emergency, but unless it's an emergency, they're going to have to.
I don't see how somebody walking is going to cause an accident. I think that's more so
walking while looking down.
Yeah, I mean if you're crossing the street, it's a green light.
Have you ever been in a high school during lunchtime when kids are walking around? A lot of them do look down, and then there are some who are looking up around you. But if you look through, everybody's like this, and they're walking, and they don't have their peripheral because they feel like they're in a safe spot. But I've never seen anybody cross the street looking down at their phone.
You take for granted that somebody's going to stop for you, especially in New York City.
Right.
But you know how many people
especially in New York.
You know how many people? How many times sometimes people have walked into me in the malls because they're looking at their phones.
People are absolutely
They walk right
distracted.
into you, boom.
They're stuck. That phone is attached. They cannot put it down for a second. I don't know why everybody seems to have to be in the know about every single thing that's going on all of the time.
Around the phone.
Well, they said that pedestrian deaths are the highest they have been in decades.
So statistically, it's there. It's not coming out of the blue. It's something supporting why this law is going into effect.
But the situation is that it has to be approved by the transportation committees that are in the Assembly and the Senate. But Senator Ted Kennedy, who is the chairman, says that this is an overreach of the government, and he has doubts about it.
Well,
and he is the chairperson.
Though?
That's what his opinion. His opinion is it's an overreach. But in 2017, Honolulu passed a law calling it the distracted pedestrian law, and it is absolutely illegal.
But I mean, you may be able to walk and look at your phone. Some people can't walk and chew gum.
Well, I'll say it like this. Last year, there were 6,227 pedestrian deaths. And they said that has probably attributed to smartphones and devices. Because it's the most it's been in 3 decades. 6,000 people have died. Not paying attention here. Right. You can walk into a car, not paying attention, walking into something.
Walking to the crosswalk, holding your phone. And it could be the driver was also on the phone, distracted as well. We're both distracted. And I'm in a vehicle distracted, and you're walking across the street distracted. So we all just...
Right. These people in the crosswalk, are they walking at the appropriate time, or are they just walking when they want to? Like, are they walking when the little light is flashing, like the walk sign, or just stop?
If you're paying attention to your phone, you're not paying attention
to that. If you're looking at your phone, you don't know when the proper time is.
But you can hear. And now all the lights have the little blinking thing for the visually impaired, to where you can hear.
But if you're looking at your phone, you're not. If you look at the phone, you're not visually impaired.
But you can maybe no. Give it to me.
Well, I understand what you're saying. I understand what Dominique is saying.
Most people are not that intelligent to multitask and do all of that at one time.
Well, it's not even about that even as well. But if you like to answer your question, if you're walking across the street and it's not your turn to go and you're looking at your phone, then that law should very well be in play because you're not paying attention. Right. Because you were looking at the phone. Because if you weren't, you would not be. You would know when to walk. No.
So you've never walked into someone or been distracted with your phone in hand while walking?
You know how many YouTube videos there are of people walking into like water fountains in the mall? There's a lot of people walking off of staircases and all that
stuff. What is it? The Grand Canyon is now requiring people to stop taking selfies because they're just taking pictures and falling.
Right.
I picture myself walking without looking at my phone, and I was looking forward, paying attention. So it's like, I guess I feel like a bias, like the phone can distract you, but literally looking at everything else in front of you is also a distraction. I got a concussion walking with no phone in my hand, and I dented my skull.
Wow.
So then you really shouldn't be walking.
You just clumsy at
all. You have just proven the point.
Right. She just clumsy.
She has just proven the point.
Right.
Senator Dominique has
Thank you, Dominique.
Let me tell you something. Senator Tim Kennedy, have a talk with Dominique. She will convince you as to why you shouldn't have doubts. Right. But one of the people on the one of the chair people has said, sometimes even proposing legislation that reminds people of common sense things to do and not to do, if nothing else, is a mere introduction of why this why this bill should have people talking and considering and thinking about why they shouldn't be doing this. So sometimes they said sometimes you have to bring it to legislation, whether it passes or not. Just things to remind people to do common sense shit, even if it don't go through.
It's common sense.
It's a conversation. We're having a conversation.
Common sense.
Then they should just go ahead and just like do paid advertisements or something. But I do like that. Mm-hmm. I do like the conversation starter on
that, because we're having a conversation and we're not even in New York, and somebody's watching or listening, gonna have a conversation with somebody else. So people will get to talking like, you know what, maybe 6,000 people die from just that.
Right.
That's crazy, right?
It is.
Another thing is crazy. The Missouri and abortion. We talked about abortion last week. The heartbeat law that's going on in Missouri. Their license expires on Friday, right?
Yeah, Missouri, the last abortion clinic that is open, license is expiring on Friday. Mm-hmm. But this has nothing to do with the law. It has more to do with state regulation. Mm-hmm. So they're saying with this law, if it goes into effect, or if they're not able to get their license mandated, it will be closed on Friday. But they're trying to... Planned Parenthood is trying to fight this,
right? Because
they're saying that, of course, they're passing all type of bills to get them laws, but with this particular instance, they're saying that they didn't do something. Oh, they're not in compliance because they keep bringing up all of these rules for abortion clinics, and one in particular is that whenever you are having because it's two types of abortion. It's a surgical abortion and it's a medical abortion. And the medical abortion is when you take the pill, the morning after pill. Mm-hmm. So with the morning after pill, they're mandating that women have their pelvics checked. And some doctors are saying that it's unwarranted. If she's doing the abortion pill, it's no need for us to go and physically check her because she didn't have anything surgically removed, so that's like the workaround that they're doing. Mm-hmm. Right, so they're saying, okay, well, if you're not going to do a pelvic exam on the female, that's out of compliance, and we're going to shut you down. Mm-hmm. So it's different ways that they're just trying to break it down. But if that does happen and they're closed, Missouri will be the only state in the U.S. to not offer abortions at all. Yep. And you'll have to go to Kansas City. I don't know how close.
Missouri.
Yeah. Well, no, it's in Kansas. They said you'll have to go to Kansas or Illinois to have your abortion, if that's what you're seeking.
They're being blocked by the state health department.
Yeah.
And they'll say they'll still be open to provide STD treatment and
non-abortion type
testing
services.
And cancer screening and birth control and stuff like that. But they said this is going to deny over 1 million women who are of reproductive age services.
Right.
And Governor Mike Parson has signed HB 126, which is a House bill that prohibits abortion after 8 weeks.
Yeah, but they said they're trying to fight that too because most women don't even know that they are pregnant at that time.
He said, by signing this bill, we are sending a strong signal to the nation that Missouri stands for life, and they're protecting women's health, and they're advocate for the unborn because all life has a value worth protecting. I don't know what they think about life that's already here. That's when they say stuff like that. I'll be like, okay, what if all life is worth it? Then what about the life that's already here? Like, don't use that as a way to try to push your agenda, because most of the doctors there are like, they're just trying to push abortion out, basically, because they're like, they have not given a actual justifiable reason as to why they don't want to renew the license for abortion.
Right. That's why they keep giving them that red tape.
That's why they kept, and they've even gone on to say that this is an intimidation tactic by 45's administration in order to overturn Roe versus Wade. And they're like, what they did today, file a lawsuit against the state, they have a hearing tomorrow afternoon.
But now they also said though with this bill that doctors who performed it, if it goes into law, because they're not sure yet, it's still a bill, but the doctors could face up to 15 years in prison. The woman would not be prosecuted for having the abortion, but the doctor who performed the abortion could get 15 years in prison.
And that's why the doctors feel like they're just intimidating the doctors.
Right.
They say because this has nothing to do with patient health.
No.
Nothing at all. Crazy. But
yeah, it's a war on women. Let me do what I want with my doggone body.
It seems like it. But
it's also to keep the other race around too.
You think what?
It's also to keep the other race around.
Speaking to the mic, baby, you said what?
It's also to keep the other race around.
What other race? Talking about non-blacks?
Yep.
To keep. Oh, well, you think that what?
Yes. No. There is a video out that says abortion is to, how did the lady say it? Pretty much she was saying, like, anytime we want to make that race superior, we stop something.
Okay. You talking about Caucasian people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Caucasian people don't have abortions?
That's why they're trying to stop it. So they'll be the dominant race.
Is that what is? You believe that?
I mean, I'm not saying I believe it or don't believe it. Well, I don't. I'm trying to figure it out.
I understand what she said, because what she's saying is the majority, from what the video is saying, the majority of women who are having abortions are Caucasian. So to keep the race stronger in
they are Caucasian.
They are Caucasian. And they're blocking.
So anytime they feel that their race is
under fire.
Yeah.
Okay, or going to be
or under fire, or any time, then there is something that comes out, and each time it is abortion. What's the easiest way to keep a race going?
Let them keep living.
Let them keep living.
Okay. So they feel like they're an endangered species according to this video.
Yeah.
Oh.
But how many women are actually having abortions versus those who have live births? It's not that many women who have abortions, and when they do,
it's valid.
I guess you'd have to.
It's before 8 weeks.
I guess you'd have to see the number of people, the number of people in a particular race that are having abortions in order to justify that particular point. I guess. I mean, all things are possible.
Right.
However, in Japan, there was a man on a stabbing spree. And two people were killed.
Mariah Carey is an icon. Look, somebody's asking.
Oh, okay. That was an hour ago. But, no, I'm just joking. She is an icon. She is very much an icon. You gone? Bye, Dom. Oh.
No, she's agreeing with
I was sending her away.
I love everything about her.
Me too.
Even when she doesn't do something great, she was supposed to do that, and she's still fabulous.
Because we don't know her. We love that. But there was a stabbing. The man went on a stabbing spree. Have they said the man's name? Because I never found his name.
They did release his name.
Oh, okay, because I know before when it first happened, they never said the person's name. But
no, they did. He's 51 years old.
That part I
know. I think it's Ryuichi Awasaki.
Okay.
Who lived with his uncle and aunt in Japan.
Two people were killed. One of them was we said earlier, the baby. She was 11, and a father, not her father, but a father of one of the elementary school kids, 51, were killed, and 17 children were injured, and 3 of them are in critical condition.
Yes.
And the attacker went the babies were in line. They're waiting for the bus by the park, and they were in two lines boarding the bus, and he was running and stabbing them. All of the children that were stabbed were girls.
Right, they were all girls, schoolgirls outside of Tokyo, and he had two knives. He was screaming, "I will kill all of you," and he began to stab the kids. The girls were between 6 and 12 years old, and when the school bus driver, he pulled up and he started screaming to, try to stop the attacks, the man took off running down the street, and then he slashed his neck. And he collapsed, killing himself.
Right.
But the neighbor said that he was always a troubled person, and he lived with his aunt and uncle in that area and outside of Tokyo,
which is considered to be one of the most safest places in the world.
Right, it is.
In Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
One of the most safest places in the world. Well, considered to be one of the safest places and they have the lowest amount of homicide.
They do.
So something was triggered.
Something went wrong somewhere, but but the people who lived in the area said when they were in their homes, they could hear the screaming all the way in their homes. Yeah.
And they also said that they're looking at safety measures because the majority of children or kids in Japan in general, they walk in these huge groups to school. They always walk to school.
Well, I mean, that happens everywhere around the world. I mean, kids walk to school here. Kids walk to school everywhere. I think that it's like, how do you, there's so many, we all have different neighborhoods and stuff like that where you see kids waiting at the bus stop. And I mean, do they have that still? Because I remember before when I was coming up, I was just only in, in elementary school just a couple years ago. But, but you used to have like monitors there. Like they would be either parents or school staff who would be, it wouldn't just be kids at the bus stop by themselves. So there was adults there. I don't know, but there was. They said there was a bus monitor helping the kids on the bus. But I don't know if they came with them on the bus. But apparently, a parent was there because a parent was killed. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily think that. I don't know if that's like a state issue or if it's just. I mean, how do you?
I know out here, if it's the bus stop is near the school, there's either a office staff or security that will look at the bus stops that are right near the school. And then if it's like your kids getting picked up from home, generally it'll be one pickup spot and multiple parents will be there. But some parents do get there earlier before there's no school staff at any of the home pickup spots. So if it's a bus stop on the block, maybe 15 blocks away from the school, there's not going to be a staff there.
So you got to figure that out yourself as far as parents are concerned.
Right. If your kid's going to be getting home at 3 o'clock on the bus, maybe you get there at 2:50.
Okay.
I take mine to school and pick them up.
Or homeschool them. It's safer there.
I mean,
I don't have that patience. I can't do it. Homeschooling, I salute you mothers and fathers who do that.
Bless you.
That is not for me.
Yeah, bless you.
I don't got no kids.
Bless you.
That too.
I mean, I call my babies my kids. They mine, but they are mine. But but you gotta do what you gotta do, because even some parents, they say able to take their kids to school and pick them up. Like some people just, it doesn't mean, it's like, what do you do? Like you have to, because I know in LA Unified, they don't even, a school bus doesn't even come unless you are at least outside of a 5-mile radius, and it's not a 5 miles, it's a 5 straight mile.
Unless you're special needs.
Right. Unless you're special needs.
And then you can live 2 blocks from the school.
And they'll pick you up. But yeah, it's not even like, I live 5 miles. No, it's their 5 miles, which is like a 5 straight, like it's a straight line. So it gives you less leeway. So it's further away from school. But and so God bless those people, those families who are dealing with that, with all of the children and all the kids, even the teenagers that we mentioned before, and definitely to the families of the people in Japan, and also to the family of this person who did that. Like, they must, I don't know what kind of ridicule they may be facing or what kind of blame, because a lot of people, especially with the person with the alleged attacker not being here, sometimes that, and even if they are, that kind of goes off on the family as well. I mean, we've seen that with Dipsy and all that. Like, the family suffers. Yeah. You know, so God bless them as well. You know, we had a situation where there was a young man we were speaking about a few weeks ago who, you know, went on this rampage and was going to kill in the temple, the synagogue in Poway here in San Diego, and his mother, he was like, I'm cooperating with the police. He wasn't raised like that, have 5 kids. So, you know, the families, you know, those are the people that people sometimes forget about, don't care about, you know. So all those people, we send good energy and vibes that direction. Cussing in public. Do we need to take a 2-second break?
You could, yes.
We're going to take a 2-second break, A+. Okay, callers. So we're going to talk about our subject, cursing in public. So I guess we're going to spin the record. Listen, I'm telling my age. We're going to spin something. And then we're going to come back, we're going to spin this topic. We looked in our eyes and we saw what we see.
We say come.
You know what? You stuck on that. Did you ever get all of it out? Apparently not.
I can see now.
Yes.
I need people to understand that it helps your face be clear also.
Cursing, swearing, profanity in public. We are deciding or having a discussion whether or not we feel like it's okay to do in public arenas, thanks to the lovely First Lady, Mama Angela. Thank you so much. She always give us something good. Cussing is to insult someone. Profanity is blasphemous or obscene language. Swearing, to make a solemn statement or promise, or to use offensive language, especially as an expression of anger.
Fuck. Yes, that is my favorite word. Fuck. But because I can say it and it means so many. It means so many different things.
It does.
You know.
And you know,
so you're okay with swearing in public?
I'm very okay with it.
Okay.
Well, you know, since you brought up the word fuck, people really don't know that up until the 15th century, it wasn't considered an abusive word. Mm-hmm. But anyway, what were you going to say, Sacha?
Well, I was just asking if she is okay with swearing in public.
Very much so. Very much so.
I think everybody here is okay. Well, minus me. I won't do it. I cannot. I always say that I would always like to speak in a manner that would please my parents, and I would never say anything that would be disrespectful, especially in front of my father. So I will you'll never catch me just cursing in public like a sailor. Privately though, I will give it to you, but public.
What's the difference?
For me, the difference is respect.
It sounds like she respects her parents, you know, to not embarrass them. That's what I'm getting. Me,
when you say public, you mean you don't cuss around them, or just in public period?
In public
whether they're
period,
there or not?
Whether they are there or not. And I feel the same way about the N-word too. I will not use it in public. I will not say it.
So that's the cuss word?
Me. Yes, to me it is. Okay. Yeah. It is. Respect.
There's two sides of that coin. It has been said that people who cuss are more trustworthy. But also, it's been said that people who cuss have a limited vocabulary. Do y'all agree or disagree with those particular? I mean, these are just people's opinions.
I could say that because there are some people that I know where, yes, it's fitting. Your vocabulary is quite limited, and that is why you use an F-bomb, an N-word, every other word. But in some cases, some people are quite intelligent and they curse. And it's just a matter of how they're choosing to express themselves. So I can see both sides. Yeah, some people know that's not fitting, that everybody, some people are just not intelligent, period, point blank. And that's why they use them as fillers to express themselves.
I wouldn't like to say that I wouldn't like to say that it's a telltale sign of someone's intelligence because they say a curse word. I mean, I cuss,
You can be
and
highly intelligent.
I know I am
Highly intelligent
but
and cuss.
Yeah, I didn't say a telltale. I said for some.
No, I didn't say you said that.
I
said that's what I'm
some
just saying.
of
I don't
them
think that
y'all just not smart.
It's just even for those that we consider that. I don't think that I don't think that it limits their intelligence, but
well, as far their vocabulary is limited, I shall say that. Which
because they say fuck or bitch.
Oh yeah. If that's all you say every other word.
Why you laughing, A+? You
can't come up with anything else to express yourself.
You just laughing.
Well, it's kind of like the people when they talk and they say, I went to the mall and like when I went there yesterday, like I wanted to buy something. It's like sometimes it's a filler for what you want to express, and other times you feel like that's the most appropriate word.
But isn't there another word that you could use as a filler instead of
Who's gonna say
coitus?
F-bomb? Nobody in the middle of a conversation. So last night I had coitus. Yeah. No, you're not.
I will.
You will?
Okay, look. Okay,
we have coitus.
But I don't think we don't use that word.
I'm very scientific, so a lot of times I will use other words. But if it depends on who I'm talking with. Okay. It really does depend on, because then if
so you cuss in public?
Yes.
Okay.
My grandma taught me how to cuss in public.
Come on, grandmother.
Come on, granny.
My grandmother really didn't do that, but she did. My grandmother did curse, but she did not say that. She didn't say fuck. Oh no, she would say everything else, but you said that, she'd be like, that is disgusting.
We couldn't say the double ones, like motherfucker.
Okay.
You couldn't do that at all.
Oh.
I washed my mouth out with a fresh bar of possess.
For saying it.
Yes.
Wow.
One time. So in front of outside or inside, I won't curse in front of my elders. Okay. That's for sure. But now, if they not around, go ahead.
You go for it. In Virginia,
but I think in public, that's what we're speaking. In public, meaning in front of others.
No, just my elders.
Okay.
Like my elders. Like now, if I see 102, your lady, I'm not gonna cuss in front of her. Right. But seeing as how she's lived long enough, she probably heard all of them anyway. Mm-hmm. So it might be fine. It just depends on.
I guess it would also depend on what you define public as, because public is really public is a place. Well, I won't say what it is, but I know when we're talking about. Before vaccinations in New York, and they were like kids in public, and they consider public to be a place with 10 or more people in it. That's public. If we in here, 10 people in here, we in public. So they could, but in Virginia, it's illegal. It's $250 fine to cuss in public. If you're caught, you could be fined $250, and in Texas, it's a $500 fine. Disorderly conduct.
In what language? Because I know a couple different ones.
That too.
Well, I also think too, for the example for me, I have never heard my father curse, cuss or curse, because there's a difference. I've never heard my grandfather say a cuss word. My grandmother, she might say, ass every now and again. That was the extent of it. She might say damn. But the examples in my life have been, you don't use that type of language. So it was, that's what I saw. I can only speak about what was in my household. And they never used that type of language, ever.
Well, also, I think that you have to know your audience. And I think that most times when you're talking to someone, you have to know that the language that they speak. So I cuss, but I wouldn't necessarily go in front of the church and start cussing. And what I speak, I wouldn't go in front of my pastor start cussing. I am 43 years old. I don't cuss in front of none of my aunts, mom, or grandma, none of that, because that was something I was told not to do. But there are some households where I've seen people who cuss with their kids and their kids cuss with them, and it's normal.
Yeah.
So it is all about, how you're raised and what you consider and what you value, because the ideal of language itself, and what we call profane language or swearing, was something that was impressed upon us. Before that, if I go saying something to a child right now, they won't know what a cuss word is until that's a bad word. So language in itself and its inception is all about classism anyway. So, it was like, déclassé to say certain words, and, you have a certain status of a certain, financial status. You say certain things, and certain things you just don't say in certain groups. This is at its inception. And as far as profanity is concerned, they consider profane language to be something that desecrated the holy. So you said it outside the temple. When they were, so all these ideas of, what is like good words or what's bad words. It's something that someone basically told you.
It's taught.
It's taught.
It's taught.
It is.
My first curse word was sucker. I would say I want a sucker, and my dad and grandma said you can't say that because I'm gonna get you sucker. But I was talking about a lollipop.
Right.
So I had to say lollipop. You say sucker, you get popped in the mouth. And so growing up, when kids said it, I'm like, that's a bad word. And I go to school, you can't say that, but it's not a bad word.
So do you think it has to do with context and intention? Because when we was coming up, we couldn't say lie.
Right.
No. Yeah.
We couldn't say shut up.
Right.
We couldn't say stupid.
Dumb.
No, they can't say. My kids can't say that today. You better
But these are not curse words.
You're telling stories.
But we said that.
Right. You're telling
the story. Come on. Come on. You telling the story. We all say you telling the story.
Shut the front door.
In LA, you
John
can't
Paul
say cuss. You can't say blood.
Thank you. So it's all about the audience and culture. And culture has nothing to do with race. Culture has nothing to do with the area you are in and what's acceptable and unacceptable. There's a culture in this room.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Well, I got a statement and a question.
Go ahead.
I think code switching is something that's valuable.
Okay.
And
explain to people what code switching is.
Code switching is kind of like what you guys were alluding to. Like, you're not going to cuss in front of your grandparents. You're not gonna cuss in front of your parents. But you may cuss in front of your friends because that's just how you guys communicate or whatnot. So just like you said, knowing your audience, knowing when to cuss, knowing when not to cuss or whatnot. I want to add a layer to this question. I think it's one thing to cuss in public, but what about cussing / cursing / swearing in the workplace?
Absolutely not.
And I the reason why I asked that question is because I worked in an environment where it was accepted. It was actually encouraged.
Same thing.
To go ahead and cuss, right? And then there's just other conservative places that that didn't accept that.
It was funny that you have brought up that this was a ministry, and I was just like, oh, okay, because in my morning job it is a ministry, and I'm not allowed to curse or say anything negative. I speak so proper at work that when I do come home, I be a little hood and be on the phone like, fuck this shit. I'm not ever going there. Fuck them and that. But I get to work and I'm like, thank you so much. I was a pleasure helping you.
But shouldn't code switching, because when you're using that type of language, then you're going borderline into sexual harassment type things because of the language that's being used.
You said no?
It depends on the work environment.
Yeah. But because I worked somewhere where I was the only person of color, everyone else was different. Rap music was played all day with all type of colorful language, and I went to the owner. I listened to rap all day, but do I feel like listening to me being called a bitch and hearing them sing the N-word?
They was calling it to you?
Well, it's in the music.
Oh.
I'm going back there. I don't want to hear that.
So did you internalize it?
Oh no, no. Oh, I'm very vocal.
No. When I say internalize, you said because you said they were calling you that.
No, they were singing along with the lyrics, but
She had to hear it.
I had to hear that. Like, really? And we're in the workplace. I'm uncomfortable. I shouldn't have to listen to that. Because again, that's going borderline harassment.
I worked in a restaurant for years being a bartender, and when we're in the back of the house, the kitchen area, you hear a lot of words because we can't say it out on the floor, and you want to get back there and say, oh, this rag, you wanted this, and this. So you say it back there. Like, everybody curses. Managers are cussing on the line, dishwashers, servers, bartenders, and so I understand that. But then I also work with children in the daytime. Okay. And even when I'm frustrated, I can't curse.
No.
I have to just be the happy face and do, smiles and everything.
That's
it slips out sometimes in emergencies. But luckily nobody look, they didn't hear it, okay?
I'm like, but that's what I'm saying. If you are filtering in certain situations and you are aware that this isn't language that should be used, what is the issue, or what do you find is keeping you from monitoring what you say at all times?
Like emergencies, like if a kid jumps off the second story, like your first instance, we see them there.
Oh shit!
Yes, like
we all just said it.
And then you say it, then you're like, okay, I shouldn't have said that. I'm at work, but literally it's a state of emergency.
Right.
Or
It's
you
the
see
first thing
a
that came to
kid
your
running
mind.
on a lap and they collapse, and you're, oh shit, and you run over.
Or damn.
Or fuck. That's my go-to.
Uh-huh.
There's nobody really in earshot, but I've heard even our supervisors say it, and they'll be like, "I'm so
Nobody's
sorry."
perfect at it.
Right.
Nobody's
Right.
perfect. Everybody's that's why I call it a slip. People may not make it a practice,
we're not talking
but
about
everybody,
a slip.
everybody,
We're
nobody's
talking
perfect
people
about
who
it.
who
But that's what
curse
she's just talking
freely
about,
in
a
public.
slip. She's talking about she doesn't use it regularly, but if something happened like that, anybody naturally would be like, oh damn, or you know, it may not be loud, it may not be worse, but it's at the time. Everybody, no one's perfect. Pastors cuss.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cussing pastor on YouTube, but I mean, it doesn't.
They're not cursing most pastors are not cursing.
Girl.
Have you seen the cursing
Girl. Yes, they are, girl.
We're talking about an anomaly that's one person.
That's not a one person
No,
situation.
that's
It's not. Yes, it is.
Most pastors
You better
are
look
not
it up.
cursing in their pulpits. Not
No,
stopping.
they're stealing.
They're not. They're not.
We're talking about
And
slip.
raping.
We're talking about
slipping,
But there
yeah,
are some pastors there are some pastors out there who use profane, what people would consider to be profane language. What people would consider
The
to be profane
majority
language.
don't.
Because something.
And they probably don't have a lot of people who attend their congregation
That's not
either.
true because in my
because
church,
they're
my
using
pastor
profane.
has to, my pastor has to apologize when he says hell sometime. Hell is a people hell. And he's like, I know y'all's real saved in here, but he said, yes, because people consider that to be a bad word. Hell.
But I'm talking about the
we
really explicit words.
Well,
Come
it doesn't
on.
make it. What you consider to be really explicit is subjective to what you think is explicit.
No, that's subjective. No,
Yes,
because
it does.
most people would
Yes, it
agree
does,
the
because some
F
people-
word is something very explicit. Most pastors aren't using that.
I
in
didn't
the
say F
sermon.
word. I said
Question.
hell. Go ahead.
One of my favorite cuss words, people say is very vulgar. Cunt. Like, I have no problem calling you cunt. That is my go-to word. Some people, when they hear it, they cringe. And I'm just like, I'm not bothered by it. Like, see you next Tuesday.
I think sometimes it is. Sometimes you implement that word because it's just the word that fits.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just, sometimes
you needed
get but it also has to do with context and intention because you could tell somebody because sometimes I could tell somebody I'm gonna pray for you. That's cussing them out. You might as well just say go to hell.
Right.
Because the intention and context behind it is something that don't mean you're not really gonna pray for me. You just trying to be nasty, but you're doing it in a nice way because we in church or something like that.
I wish you the best.
I wish you the best.
I
Praying for you. Just tell me to go to hell.
Have you ever got cussed out professionally in the email?
Oh, I send them.
Per my last request.
Per my last request.
Did you not hear what I have to do in the morning?
And then CC everybody and
in
then
the
add
group?
the attachment of your last few emails on that one, just in case you don't know. There's a follow-up attachment.
But I mean, cursing can also be very therapeutic.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does help for you to get those words out. But I know I have a lot of friends as well who will not curse in public either. I have some who they don't care.
They don't care, right?
They're gonna say whatever they want.
Like me. But I think that
I'll tap. Hey, watch your mouth.
I think and then that took you because you sometimes you be like, hey, but at the same time she'd be like, girl, I'm an adult like you are. I can say what I want to say. Don't check me. Don't correct me.
At this point,
I said what I want to say.
I can't get whooped. Ain't nobody gonna whoop me.
That's it.
I pay my own bills.
That's it.
So,
but I think it's
sometimes
beyond that. It's not even about
sometimes it's just some
bills.
Well, it is because it's the person that
check me. It's
because
about
again,
your other people who are in your circle that
you're an adult.
are just wanting to respect, and you wouldn't use that language. Period.
Would I bother you if I curse too much at your house, Crystal?
But with your friends, that's different. Your friends, that's totally different. Because with her, my relationship is different. I curse like a sailor with her. In public, you will never hear it.
Even if you're with her?
Never.
I do. But I am respect. I mean, I don't just be cussing at children or elderly people. I have respect for people. But sometimes you just be like, you know what, bitch. But and it just comes out like that. But you just know. I think it is the majority of is know your audience. Be respectful to people. I mean, if you wouldn't, most people don't generally cuss at their mama. So
that's not.
You look at that as
I said
do. Well, I said most people, but you know what? Know your language.
Yeah.
We spoke. Did we speak your language today, Crystal?
Yeah, Crystal.
We sure thank you for coming by,
We
Crystal.
did.
Crystal.
Oh, wait a minute. Dang.
Yes.
Okay,
Crystal,
so
tell
next
the people
week,
where they can find you at.
Twitter, Naughty Dreams _.
Twitter Dreams.